is where I am with my mic in my hand. Ain't nobody sweeter than me, so don't forget it. Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your girl KK Rena. Ain't nobody sweeter, so don't forget it. Welcome to the last episode of Ghost Stories. This is episode 4, so if you've missed the previous stories, you'll be able to click the related video at the outro, and it'll take you to the entire playlist. Now that you know, I will get the story started. In 2009, Gardy and I got married, and I moved down to San Antonio, Texas, from my home city, Des Moines, Iowa, that summer. We were in a rush to find a place, so Guardian chose the first one he looked at that fit our budget. My roommate, and one of my best friends, Turk, also moved in with us. But before we got settled, odd things began to happen. One time, in particular, was when we were getting ready to lay it down for the night, but suddenly me and Guardian heard what sounded like all the cupboard doors slamming at once. We went out to see why Turk would do something like that so late when the kids were already asleep. But as we came out of our rooms, he was just opening his door and peeking out. His room was dark, and his eyes were squinting because of the sudden light, so I knew that it wasn't even him in the kitchen a few seconds ago. We hadn't even asked him anything, and the first thing he said was, "Why y'all making all that noise for?" I had told him we weren't even in the kitchen, so he checked on the kids, and they were still sound asleep. After that, since Turk couldn't find work, he left to go back home to Louisiana. Guardian got word that he would be leaving. He was going to be deployed to Afghanistan soon after Christmas, and things started to change between us. The mood was depressing, or angry and oppressive in the house. I didn't like to be alone anywhere in the apartment without the lights on, even with Guardian there. Even so, he and I were constantly arguing now, and it wasn't like us to be that way towards each other. Not in the playful sense, like the people that know us know that we do, but in a real combative sense. Then things got scary. One night while I was watching TV, it was time for the kids to get ready for bed. All the kids are in bed at 8 p.m. usually. But when I told them to go get ready, my youngest daughter, y'all know her as Ninja Toddler, she just sat there staring at me, not speaking, just staring blankly. I started to speak to her firmly, because at first I thought she was just being stubborn. But when I got closer and got in her face, her eyes were not even brown. They were black. I was so startled and so frightened. My daughter is always so animated and lively, and she never just sits there and stares at me with an absolutely blank expression. Out of sheer reaction, I raised my voice and said her name, but she didn't respond. Then I panicked and smacked her thigh open-palmed, but she didn't even flinch. Then, to my surprise, she stood up in a really awkward, weird way. Honestly, she shouldn't have even been able to stand up like that at all, because her legs were bent very oddly, and it should have hurt her. But she got up that way, and she went to her bedroom. I jumped up and I told Guardian, and we both went to check on her, and she seemed back to normal. She told me she loved me, she said goodnight, and she gave me a hug. Her eyes were brown again. But that night, Guardian and I had a serious discussion about leaving for a new place, but we couldn't do it until after he came home from deployment. After he left, I never slept at night. I kept all the lights on, and I played Black Ops, literally, till the sun came up. And I did that every night until Guardian came home on leave. But then it got worse. The covers were ripped off of us. I was woken up by random voices, and something tugging on my arms and legs. One night, Guardian and I even stayed up until sunrise, because I was so terrified. And just before 6 a.m., we felt heat under the covers. It was fading away and coming back, and fading away and coming back. And at the same time, the covers would rise and fall, as if something was breathing on us. That was it. Neither of us wanted to stay in that nightmare anymore. So I moved to Fort Sam 2 months before his deployment ended. I'm so happy to be out of there. When your family is being harassed and tortured by something that you cannot see, cannot hurt, it's terrifying. These are only my experiences that I'm sharing. You know, I'm not trying to make anyone a believer in the supernatural or the paranormal. So I just want you guys to know that if you don't believe in any of this, if you don't even believe my story, that's perfectly fine. That is okay with me. I hope everybody had a safe and happy Halloween. And I hope that you enjoyed your kids, those of you that do have children. I know that I enjoyed mine. And mine enjoyed Halloween. And I appreciate the fact that you guys have been watching these videos and listening to my experiences with open minds. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you for watching. Friends, loves, and of course y'all butt faces. Until next time. Hey guys, KK Rena here. If you missed the previous vid, you can check it out now. And if you want more of me, don't forget to subscribe.
Been here so long, but I'm waiting for you.
I'm waiting for
Holding
you.
my breath till our love pulls me
Boy,
through.
I don't even
All
breathe
that
no
I've
more.
given and all that you said,
Cause of what
I
you
won't
done.
walk away, so